Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, I'm going to be doing something new and different for me and my video making. Um, now, the thing is, I've mentioned before on videos, uh, making videos is not real smart because when you make a video, you are committing yourself. In other words, what you say, there's a record on what you say now. And so it's a lot easier just to lie talking to somebody than it is to make a video talking about something you believe. And so, and then you can change your mind real easy and stuff like that too. But I say when it comes to videos, you really have to watch out. And there's two things that I think we've been taught, and you should have been taught. You don't talk about. You don't talk about religion, and you don't talk politics. You get people really upset when you do that. I only mention stuff. I pinpoint a little here and a little bit there when it comes to religion, because your spiritual beliefs mean a lot to you. I don't care, but it's to you that it makes the difference. I personally, I care about your morals, and I talk a lot about morals, and that's because I cross paths with many different kinds of religions, and the religions will teach you, without getting into a whole lot of detail, your religious beliefs kind of teach you some values. Some things are these things are important in that particular religion, and so that's the values. But morals is something from within that person. Now, some people develop morals. I mean, they add to their morals. They make their morals stronger. They try to better themselves. They believe that their morals is what makes them who they are. In case you haven't guessed, that's me. I can't say my whole life has been like that. I didn't. Nobody even told me what morals were. I knew what morals were, but living morals is a whole lot different than just talking about it. So, and but I'd say probably maybe the last 15, 20 years is really when I really started living morals. And so, another word, and I don't know if you'd consider that a religion the way I do it. But that's what I base my life. Anytime I do anything, I have to evaluate: is it morally correct or morally wrong? Now, but I found out I'm clear at the other end of the spectrum. I got priests, preachers, religious leaders as friends of all different types of religions. And like I say, we'll sit around and talk, and nobody's trying to convert anybody. I mean, that's another thing when it comes to religions. If you've got a good thing going, you don't need to convert anybody. In my beliefs, you live it, and then people will say, "Hey, that's kind of neat," and then they'll kind of go along with it. So, or try to do what's best for them. Okay, so morals is one of the things that it's a big part of me. And so that's why it's difficult for me to talk politics. Now, on the other end of the morals, there's people without morals. And these people are normally motivated by greed or power. And this is why I don't normally talk politics. For one thing, politicians, people in elected offices, they say whatever they have to say, whether they believe in it or not. That doesn't make any difference. So they're right out to lying and deceiving just to start off with, and they don't even have a job yet. So And now I'm talking about the on the moral scale, from one end to the other end. And like I say, when you get down to the part where they'll say anything, or do anything, act anyway, do all this kind of stuff for a motivation of greed or power, that's what I'm saying. You really can't trust them. There's no loyalties. It's a bad situation. And that's why I don't talk politics, is because the politicians now, or up to now, so like I say, since in my adult life, the politicians have always been looking for themselves. They really, we're lucky as the people to be in that formula of what they want to get accomplished. We're lucky if we're in it at all. But most of the time, it's just they're just covering their own butts and trying to reward themselves from the greed and power. One or both, or it doesn't make any difference. So that's why I haven't made videos. I can't relate to what's going on. You hear me talk about this does not seem right. Well, it might be the law. It might be the way people are thinking, people are acting this way, and that's where I'm back to the peers. I don't go along with my peers unless what they're doing I think is appropriate, is morally correct. And for me, and whatever they're doing, I'll let them do whatever they're going to do. That's none of my business. But like I say, once it gets to the point where it involves me, it does become my business. And so like I say, I haven't talked about it because the political arena, since I've been an adult, what I see is bad. And I can't talk to someone. Well, imagine you going to a prison to a mass murder that's loony as hell. It's difficult to talk to this person and try to get this person to take personal responsibility and using good morals and values to better their life. You know, I mean, they can't comprehend what the hell you're talking about. That's why I haven't talked politics. The politicians have no idea what it is I'm saying. They have no idea how they are affecting my life. I've mentioned I've been in different businesses. And like I say, I was in the oil business, and I've had a bunch of restaurants, and finally all this stuff, all of them came to the end when the regulations, people in what they think had power over me. I don't know where they got that idea. I didn't give them that power. And you give people power over you when you do something immoral or bad. And so that's why I can't do anything bad. Even though I'm in foreign countries, I'm doing things that I don't know anything about. I don't know the language. I don't know what's going on. As long as I don't do anything morally incorrect, I can pretty much stumble around. And when I make mistakes, I correct them some way or another. Not all mistakes can be corrected. But whatever it is, I take personal responsibility, whatever it is. These are all things way above and beyond politicians' thinking. So, what I'm saying is I'm going to start making more political videos. Now, I'm not trying to convince anybody anything. What I do is going to do like I've been doing. I'm going to be telling stories about stuff. And when you hear the story, now you can think how I am thinking. And another reason I'm doing it like this is because I had someone tell me when he came back from Vietnam, he went to college. And when he first came into the cafeteria to eat, there was a handful of these guys sitting over there all by themselves. And every day when he'd eat, he'd all the time see these guys over there. And it ended up he was over with them. Eventually he came over with them. And the reason was, at 19, 20 years old, and you're a veteran, and you've done things, you've seen things, you can't relate to the other ones. So that's why the veterans kind of stayed away from the other people. And people take it wrong. They look at it like you're trying to be unsociable. No. It's they're way more mature than these other people. Not by choice. I mean, it's just we've done things, we've seen things, so that's why they're like that. That's the way I am now. Like I say, I'm 67 years old. You've been watching my videos. You know I've gone through all kinds of weird stuff. And so I talk with experience. I am sharing my experiences, which make me believe certain things. And these certain things that I believe is what gives me a political opinion. Normally I don't share it because people can't relate to it. And that's why I'm making this video, to explain all this. Because from now on, when I start making my political videos, I'm not going to explain all this crap because you don't know it. It's kind of like now, okay, you have college kids that are protesting. I have no problem with it. I mean, they don't have a job anyway. Good, go protest. You know, I don't have no problem with that. Now, when they start rioting, I have a problem. And now, but then again, and I'm going to make a video talking about the difference between protesting and rioting. And there's good for both. There's a good for protesting and a bad for protesting. There's a good for riots and there's a bad for riots. And I'm going to clarify all this stuff. And the reason is I've been in this stuff. I've seen this stuff. And so I'm still going to be talking about stuff I know or I've experienced. And if it's not, I will tell you this is what I'm thinking. And there's been things I've talked about that, and I've mentioned, I didn't do it, I don't know, but I think I'd be doing it this way. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to be talking about. So if you want to bitch and if you want to complain, come to me and do it. In other words, I have people say, well, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. Get your ass in my car, and when we're driving across Mexico and bandits are stopping us, then you can tell me the proper way of doing this stuff. But like I say, so I'm going to do my best to explain all this stuff. So when I give you my opinion, there's going to be a good explanation that's good to me. Now, whether it's good for you, I don't know. And I don't care. I just want you to think. You know, the whole idea of all my videos is to make you think. Not do as I tell you, but to make you think what is best for you. That's the important thing. So I'm just clarifying all this right up front. Be ready, because here it comes. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.